couple of weeks ago, I made a video about a kitten that I rescued. She had been abandoned under a shed near where I live. I promised an update, so this is the update. I will also include some tips on how to care for a young kitten in case you ever find yourself in that kind of situation. Yeah. My name is Francisco, and on this channel, I help you improve the lives of your indoor cats with the help of my three cats, Mr. Muffin, Calypso, and Skyfall. This kitten had been attacked by a dog, and a few days later, I heard it crying under a shed nearby. Rescued it. The whole story is going to be linked below in the description and also in the end cards in case you want to watch that. After getting the kitten out from under the shed, I called my friend Jenny for help. I wanted to be able to give the kitten the best life possible if she survived. The first thing we did after bringing it inside was give it a bath. She was going to be in contact with our cats, and we wanted to make sure there were no fleas. And in addition, we would wanted to be able to take a look at her wound and see how bad it was.
And this flap of skin isn't doing any good. Pretty sure that's full of pus.
The bath was surprisingly easy. She didn't scratch, she didn't cry, she didn't squirm. I really don't know why. Maybe all kittens are this way. The wound on its leg was neither very deep nor very large, but it did have a large flap of skin which we cut off.
The skin isn't alive anymore. It's just a flap of disgustingness.
It was filled with pus, but we didn't try to manage any of that. It also looked like it might have been infected, which was one of the possible reasons it was abandoned by its mother. She might have smelled the pus. Just as an aside, a few days later, I saw a litter of kittens that looked the same age under a neighbor's deck. I think that was probably the rest of the litter that the mother had moved away. The kitten was able to walk around and she was crying quite vocally, so it seemed like she was relatively healthy. We took her to Jenny's house where we fed it with some kitten formula, and Jenny set up a little shelter for her so that I could make an appointment with the vet the following day, which was a Monday, and see what the vet had to say about her wound and her age and so forth. Fortunately, I was able to get an appointment that day, and I took her to the vet. The kitten normally cries. He's not crying at all right now. The vet examined the kitten and believed that she was not actually grabbed by the dog, but that the injury was probably made as she ran off. Maybe she snagged on a fence or something else that created that injury. They prescribed liquid antibiotics for the infection and determined she was a girl, probably about 3.5 to 4 weeks old. Open up. Open up. Good girl. Good girl. You give them the liquid antibiotics with a syringe, which is actually pretty easy. I've done it before with other cats. So if you're ever in the situation and you have the option of getting the liquid antibiotics, which you can use with a syringe, take it out because it's the easiest way to get the medicine into the cat. The vet also said that the kitten would be ready for weaning in a few days. At the time she was being fed kitten formula, which kittens need, and also they need feedings in the middle of the night, which Jenny was doing. Kitten formula can be found at any pet store or in the pet aisle of a supermarket. And if you want to know more about bottle feeding a kitten, I have a video which I will put the link in the description below. It's also important to add that kittens up to about 3 weeks old need to be stimulated to pee and to poo. So if you have a kitten that age, you need to do that. You can usually use a soft cloth which you rub on their genital area to stimulate that bowel movement. This kitten, who is now named Oreo because she is all black with a little white patch on her chest, needed to be introduced to Jenny's older cats. We did that slowly and it was not a major problem. Older cats tend to be rather indulgent of kittens. They might not like them and they might hiss at them, but generally they will tolerate them. The kitten quickly figured out which of the older cats was the most friendly, and that was Fluffy, the male. He has been around other kittens before, and he lets them play with his tail and with his ears, and generally is very tolerant of their behavior, whereas some of the others are not quite as tolerant. Over time, the wound closed up and seemed to heal well, although the vet said that she might have future problems in that particular joint if there was scar tissue and that kind of thing. Jenny decided to keep Oreo, so now she is part of her household. The little Oreo follows Jenny around outside, just like she would follow her mom. And I guess in the end, Jenny is her mom, at least for the moment. I hope you liked this follow-up video. The link to the original rescue video should be somewhere around here. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.